we're back with another episode of What's Hockey. Let's go ahead and leap into Around That Hockey, but this time, Keaton, I'm going to lead it off. The Utah Mammoth unveiled a new mascot. It's Tusky? Is that his name?
Tusky, yeah.
Tusky.
Not the best name.
Keaton, tell me what you think of this mascot's build, or lack thereof of a build.
I mean, honestly, it just needs to be a fat, fluffy behemoth of a mascot because it is a mammoth. They're big. They have a lot of, fat, I guess, anyway. They need to, protect themselves from the cold.
It's a man in a mammoth head.
It looks like it's a furry costume. It's borderline furry outfits. And
Halloween's coming up. You're going to see better costumes on 10-year-olds.
It's just a dude with a mascot head. And even Ellie looks better as a mascot because at least like the mascot looks like a mascot like outfit. It's not just like some dude with a head on. I don't know.
It genuinely looks like something a fan wore into the stadium, and they're like, "That's actually good enough.
That looks great. Let's make him our mascot."
I mean, Utah is an organization waiting an entire year to finally pick a name. They finally released their mascot. This is what they're rocking. I know this isn't the most pressing matter, but Jesus Christ, that organization is really bugging me with it. Yeah. But
I mean, honestly, they haven't been doing so bad as a whole. I think their season's been doing all right.
They've done well, also limiting the amount of shots on goal they're facing. I think defensively they've been pretty solid. But
they're third in the Central.
Peter, I'm going to toss it on over to you because I believe you have some other on-ice news.
So do you, dog. The Hurricanes actually take their first loss of the season. So no one's going to be as good as the Jets were last year, winning, 14-0?
Some nonsense.
Record, I'm pretty sure. So, just going to have to wait till next year to contest that record. But, it is pretty fun. Bruins-Panthers night for all you Marchand fans. He's coming back. I think it's in Boston. So the Panthers have lost 4 straight, so they have most likely the best chance they're ever going to get that 5th break. I guess 5th game break, whatever. Pretty rough stuff for the Panthers this year so far. Can't imagine them losing 4 straight, but
that's the thing, though, is the team that we know of as the Panthers, they're all completely hurt right now.
Mangled.
They had the long playoff run, and so they're beat down. Of course, we both expect them to end up in the playoffs, and I think that's their goal too. They're not worried about finishing first in the division. They just try to get back healthy.
Just need to get to the playoffs.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and other news, pretty interesting interaction from Ken Holland, the GM from LA. Phoenix Copley was waived from the LA Kings to be claimed for the Tampa Bay Bolts, Lightning, whatever. And they end up trading that same guy, Phoenix Copley, back to LA for future considerations.
No,
I'm not really sure why LA waived him, but
just made him move cross country for a week or two and then traded back for him.
Ken Holland, folks. Don't know what's up with that, but we'll see. Some interesting standings, honestly. Thus far, I think it's been about a couple weeks into this season. Dallas is 7th in the Central. Pretty rough stuff right now.
Bad 2 games.
That just goes to show the pretty rough division you guys have, I guess. Colorado, Winnipeg, even Chicago is playing pretty well.
Yeah, And again, it's early. I
Not
mean,
a lot of games have been played at all, so I totally get it.
right.
But,
I would expect teams to
pretty
separate
interesting to see
themselves, a
regardless.
month from now. But yeah, really just the last two games for the Stars, and I can talk about that in a little bit. But
Detroit's
battle
on
royal.
top right now. They're number one. We're pretty
Detroit's been
good.
playing well, man. I know you've got some stuff on
We've
that,
won
but
5 in a row, I'm pretty sure. So pretty hard to be deflated from their play. So it's pretty good. It's great stuff, honestly. If they can keep this up, I think Larkin is on pace. Stupid stats, but he's on pace to getting like 130 so points. So I mean, if they keep that up, we're gonna have a pretty stellar season.
and I think
But
the defensive
gold
side
streaks
has
definitely
seemed
gonna happen.
very improved.
A
I
lot better. I don't hate Ben Sherrod as much.
yeah
He's stepped up big time. But we'll get into that later. But
yeah again early in the season, but yeah, it seems like night and day. I remember every week you got on here last year and lambasted the defense and the goaltending, and y'all been pretty good at limiting the other team from scoring, man.
it's pretty solid. Yeah.
And young guys in
Well,
there,
I guess
right?
we'll
Y'all,
just
you
jump right
brought it.
into Red Wings hype.
Okay, yeah,
So,
my bad. Go ahead, yeah.
might as well just jump that in. But like I said, we've been on a 5-game win streak. Kept the Panthers at bay. Pretty good win, to be honest. I think they tied it late in the third, and Mason Appleton just finished it off. I think he had a empty netter, but either way, taken over pretty well for Lucas Raymond being hurt. He's back, actually. Didn't have much of a stinger. A lot of people thought it was going to be out for, maybe a month or more. But, it was only a few games, maybe 3, I think. So pretty solid stuff. So beating the Oilers as well as, was it the Lightning? Pretty good stuff just coming out of that stretch of games, 3-0. Pretty good contenders. I mean, granted, early in the season, they could all just be resting out from the playoffs from the year before, but, either way, pretty solid stuff. Axel Sandine Pellica has his first goal against the Lightning, I'm pretty sure. And then Emmett Finney follows up with his first few goals, or I think it was switched up. I think Axel scored against the Oilers, and Finney was against the Bulls. I don't remember, dude. Pretty bad, but either way, definitely young guns stepping up. It's pretty nice to see. They've got their first goals on the season, first few points. Like I mentioned, even Ben Sherrod has stepped up and has just looked a lot better. Sider has looked like a true number one defenseman. So definitely probably going to get like a Quinn Hughes 26-minute average on time. Pretty ridiculous stuff, probably. So looks great. We do have a road gauntlet of, let me see, 9 games upcoming. I'm unfortunately going to be
you'll play
out
more than
for the
9.
next. Huh?
No, never mind. Go ahead. Sorry.
All right, dude. So for the next 9 games, we're on the road. Not going to be able to record for the next 2 weeks, so I'm just going to jump into the next 2 weeks of games. We play the Sabres, Islanders, Blues, Kings, Ducks, Sharks, Golden Knights, then finally back at home for the Rangers and then Blackhawks. Pretty big stretch of games. I assume we'll beat the shit out of the Sabres and most likely the Islanders, so we'll be able to keep that streak alive. But I do think that double Blues, I guess, series will kind of be rough. They're not the absolute best team in the league, but I assume that back-to-back game series, quote unquote, will be tough. Um, so we'll probably go 1-1. Then we play the Kings, Ducks, Sharks, and Golden Knights on the Pacific Coast. So pretty rough stretch of games, at least with the Kings and Knights. I assume we'll take care of the Sharks and most likely the Ducks, but the Ducks have been pretty feisty. Um, Played a lot of fan service, so I know their team wants to play for their fans. Did you see that? That they laid out a bunch of duck masks at
I
their
did
home
not
game
know.
recently. It's pretty solid.
Pretty cool.
I
Pretty
don't know
cool.
how many they made, but pretty great fan service for those Anaheim Ducks.
I mean, they
But
need to do
anyway,
anything to keep the attention of their fans there.
yeah, I mean, honestly, what really goes on in Anaheim? So, anyway,
Disney World.
uh, maybe who
All
cares
right, go
about
ahead. My
that?
bad. Yeah.
But we come back home for the Rangers. Assume we'll take care of them. They haven't been playing super great. Plus, JT Miller is their captain, which honestly is kind of skeptical to me. And then Blackhawks will probably beat them as well. So, fuck Chicago.
Yeah, for sure. Remind me, what day is that you went to? You went up until for your
Oh,
games?
probably like Sunday, 2 weeks. I don't know.
November the what? Give me a number.
Your mom.
Nice.
Thanks, Doc. November 11th.
November 11th.
11-11.
All right. The Stars will play 2, 4,
A good
6,
stretch of
8,
games.
10, 12 games in that time, including the 11th. So I can run through that in a second, but must begin with last week's games. We started off with our home opener against the Wild. Uh, so the Wild did end up getting two back on penalties in the third period, but the Stars dominated both possession, shots on goal for the majority of the game. I wrote down the shots on goal. Oh, you know what? My fault. We did not dominate shots on goal, but we dominated the offensive zone. That being said, Ottinger faced 41 shots on goal, was stupendous, saved the mass majority of shots. Of course, they did get two back on power plays, but Gustafson only faced 23. It's something I don't like. I know how crisp we are with finishing. Wyatt had a power play goal where he juked the socks off of the entire defense. Essa scored a goal that game. So I definitely need to see more offensive pressure. And that ended up being a struggle for us as we moved on to our next two games. We hosted Vancouver, and there was a 3 minute stretch. I believe it was 3 minutes where Vancouver scored three goals. Again, early on, I mean, it looked like our game, but we could not recover from that. We ended up getting one goal late back against them, but Connor Garland had scored a pretty nice goal. Keitel scored a goal. I don't know how to say his name. I think I heard Heedle instead of Keitel, so probably Heedle.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Heedle. Philip
Heedle.
Heedle?
Yeah. Besser got in on the action. It was a pretty disappointing game. That second
Instead of
period
Bosner?
was. Isn't it Besser?
Yeah, but instead of Bozer.
Yeah. Anyway, it was
Names.
just a very disappointing second period, and we couldn't recover. There was a pass from. Oh, God. I wrote it down. I've now lost it. But it goes right past Thomas Harley, and it was a problem that you would see in the next game as well against the Blues. Thomas Harley kind of slow to track back. I know he was fighting through an illness and was considered a game time decision for that Blues game, but I mean, I noticed the absence of Nils Lundqvist, who got hurt in the Vancouver game. I just don't like the defensive effort we're seeing, and now we're patching up holes. In that Minnesota game, Duchesne had gotten hurt, so he didn't play in the Vancouver game at all. And so we're it feels like we're a boat with some holes in it, and we're just patching it up as we go. That being said, the Nils Lundqvist thing, I know he's on IR. It's said to be week to week. That's a pretty tough loss, in my opinion. Petrovic was in for him at some point. Or no, he wasn't in for him, but in the Minnesota game, Duchesne got blasted. Petrovic comes up to fight the guy, loses the fight, gets called for instigating, fighting, and gets a 10-minute misconduct, which basically brought the Wild back into that game. So I didn't like seeing that. Colin Blackwell has been very sloppy. He gave away a goal against St. Louis. It was just a horrific pass in front of Otter, straight to the attacker for St. Louis. So just sloppiness, man. I had mentioned our passing not looking crisp and not tracking back defensively, and it left opportunities for St. Louis and Vancouver. So going forward, I mean, the Stars, it will kill us every game, man. No matter how much more physical we are, as opposed to last year, sloppiness and defensive errors, it is murdering us. At least it murdered us through those last two games. Now, going forward, as I mentioned, there's 1,000 games that we're going to play before you're back, Keaton, so we'll just leap on into that. The Blue Jackets are coming to Dallas tonight. Last week I had predicted a Dallas win. I still hold firm on that, just with a little bit less confidence, I think. So Thursday we'll be hosting the Kings. I think it's going to be a pretty good game, man. This is not a shot on Dallas. I think it's more credit to the Kings. I'll give the Kings a win in that one. Saturday, we'll be hosting the Hurricanes. That is, to me, on paper, it should be a tougher matchup than the Kings, but I do think Rantanen and Sagan, Robertson, Wyatt Johnson, they rise to the occasion. And Wyatt Johnson has started stupendous this season, so I do expect that to continue. I'll say we beat the Hurricanes. Then we go up to Nashville. Dude, division games are such a nightmare. I had called it last week saying that the Blues were probably going to get a game on us, and they did. I think the Preds will win that one. We're going to host the Capitals. I'll say we get that one. We'll be traveling to Tampa, taking on the Lightning. I just have such a bad taste in my mouth from the Stanley Cup Finals a few years back, and so I'm going to say Vasilevsky and the Lightning get it done. Then we go ahead and travel to Florida, taking on the battered Panthers, and I'll say we go ahead and add to their misery, get a win there. We will go ahead and host the Oilers. Glenn Gulletson revenge game. Go ahead and give us the dub there. Then we host the Ducks, and I like some fried duck. It's quite delicious, so we'll go ahead and toss them on the barbecue, get a dub there.
Okay.
2 days later, we'll be traveling back to Nashville, and I say we'll go ahead and win that one, so splitting that series. Then we play host to the Kraken 1 day later, I think on a back-to-back after a road game against Nashville. I'll say we lose that game to the Kraken. And lastly, November 11th, we will be traveling all the way up to Ottawa, and we'll beat the Senators there. So whatever that record amounts to, that's what's going to occur in the next 2 weeks for the Dallas Stars. Hopefully we stay healthy. I mean, the injuries are worry for me. And then, we have to.
I don't know what it is about this year. It just seems like injuries just happen a lot more. I think Mark Stone even went out on one of the Vegas Knights games recently. So
yeah, and the worst part about hockey is they don't ever tell you what the injury is. So I don't know if it's a common injury, upper body or lower body. So you don't know. There is no.
It's just an injury, dude.
It's just an injury.
He could have gotten an owie on his toe, and you'll never know.
And I think he did get an owie. So yeah, that's going to go ahead and be my Stars prediction. But speaking of, Keaton, why don't we make some predictions against the spread? Last week, I went ahead and beat you. We both got our locks of the week to hit, by the way. So we know what we're talking about there. But I get one game on you. I tie the series at 9-7. So yeah, we're tied,
Good
bud.
job, dude.
I'm pretty proud of myself.
I feel like
Let's
that's
get
a major accomplishment for you,
a little bit
especially from
actually. A
last
little. I
season.
mean, last week I only got one game wrong, so that's pretty damn impressive for what we pick 8 games against the spread. I honestly, I don't know what the odds were if I made a parlay of that, but
And
that would
those
have
opening
been
spreads
incredible.
are traps anyway. I'll be honest, because I mean, this week didn't I go? This last week at least, didn't I go
You
5 and
missed.
3? So
You only missed two,
a lot
bud.
better than. Oh, really?
Yeah,
Nice, even better.
yeah,
But
yeah. You only missed
yeah,
two.
I mean, um,
Anyway,
a lot better than what was it, 2 and 5, or what
yeah, the
was it?
first week I
First
went
week,
1-6. You went 2-5. So definitely a
not great.
massive improvement. Hopefully we don't settle in the middle, but just keep skyrocketing. Let's go ahead and start off. The Devils are traveling to Toronto, taking on the Maple Leafs, where the home Toronto Maple Leafs will be a -1.5. Who are you taking there?
You know, I'm gonna take the Devils in this one. The Leafs have been a massive disappointment so far.
While I agree on the disappointment part, I'm going to go ahead and ride with the Maple Leafs at home. Last week they came through for us, so I'll say they
They're
go
not
ahead
gonna
and
write their woes.
they'll take care of business. It's the Devils.
They'll left their woes. They'll
Good
left it.
one. So the Oilers are traveling to Ottawa, taking on the Senators, where Ottawa is +1.5. Keaton, who are you taking in that one?
Sorry, who they're playing?
Edmonton and Ottawa. Ottawa is plus
Oh,
1.5 at home.
I'm gonna roll with the Senators in this one to cover the
Oh,
spread.
oh, interesting. I'm rolling Oilers on that one, but very
Nice
interesting.
dog.
Moving on, we have the Sharks of San Jose traveling
Winless.
to New York, taking on the Islanders, where the Islanders are -1.5. Who are you taking in that one?
You know, I say that they are winless, but I think the Sharks are gonna pull this off against the Islanders, at least against the spread.
I really don't hate that, if I'm being honest. The Islanders kind of
Matthew
stink.
Schaefer's been playing pretty well, but you know that's like their only bright spot.
Sure. That being said, while I think it's not a bad bet, I'm going the opposite. Give me the Islanders -1.5. Uh,
This is where you stumble
nope.
across the
Moving
season.
on, the Vancouver Canucks will be traveling to Pittsburgh, taking on the Penguins, where the Penguins will be -1.5 at home. Who are you taking in that one?
I'm gonna roll with the Canucks to cover that spread. The Penguins look good, but I don't know, man. They're just an old team, you know. With
Yeah,
I can't the trio that's been playing for 20 seasons plus.
yeah.
Um, so yeah,
I I agree. I'm going Canucks. Yeah, Pittsburgh started well, but again, it's super early. Canucks for me. Kraken will be traveling to Washington, taking on the Capitals, where the Capitals will be -1.5 at home. Who are you taking in that one?
I think I'm gonna keep rolling with the Capitals. At one pick, I picked them to win. They disappointed me, but you know,
All
I'm gonna
right,
roll with them.
Washington -1.5. I'm gonna roll with the Kraken +1.5 on the road. It's gonna take a little bit to get it done against Washington, but I think they'll ultimately end up losing by 1 goal, but covering the spread. Moving on,
Won't happen.
we have the Marchand revenge game. The Panthers traveling to Boston, taking on the Bruins, where the hometown Bruins will be a +1.5. Keaton, who are you taking in that one?
You know, I did say that the Panthers have the best chance to get that next win, but I think that the Bruins will cover that spread.
All right, I really respect that. I won't agree with it, but I really respect it. Give me the Panthers minus 1.5. Moving
They
on, we
might
have
lose.
it's possible. We have the Kings traveling to St. Louis, taking on the Blues, where the Blues are minus 1.5 at home. Who are you taking in that one?
I'm going to take the Kings in this one.
Yeah, I like the way the Blues are playing. Not when it's my team they're beating, but that being said, I'm also going to roll with the Kings plus 1.5 goals. And moving on,
OTB.
we've got the Anaheim Ducks traveling to Nashville, taking on the Predators, where the Preds will be a minus 1.5 at home. Who are you taking in that one?
Give me Chris Kreider and the Ducks.
Oh, all right. That is quite a decision.
Is
Ducks
it?
plus, well, it's the Ducks.
The
And
Predators?
yeah,
Yeah.
I already made my decision. I'm going with the Preds. I don't want to. I don't want to fall for
This
your
guy, this guy's
chicanery.
teetering already.
It is a spread. I mean, it's not like an outright win,
It is, bro.
and it is the Preds. It's not like they're like a super elite team either. But anyway,
They're the best team in the world.
yes, the Columbus Blue Jackets are traveling to Dallas, taking on the Stars, where the Stars are minus 1.5. Keaton, who are you taking in that one?
I think the Stars pull it off.
Yes, I am going to concur with you. This is going to be a nice bounce back game.
Carnas.
Can't just be losing all the time. So Stars minus 1.5 for
I
me
mean,
as
you
well.
could. You definitely could.
That would be painful. All right.
Just
The
taking up from the
Avs-
Jets.
Yeah.
Well, the New
The
York
Avs
Jets.
are traveling to the home of Tuskegee, taking on the Utah Mammoth, where Utah is a plus 1.5 in that one. Who you taking?
I think the Avalanche will extinct the Mammoths like they did before.
Ho, ho, ho.
In the before
Uh,
time.
well, I don't know. I think mammoths are built to withstand an avalanche or two. But that being
Or
said,
two.
they're not prepared for a McKinnon and Makar assault. I don't know where I'm going with that. Give me the Avs minus one and a
Dude,
half to go
nice.
ahead and cover that spread. Yeah, I
Why
didn't
would you
like how
defend
I
them?
was. I didn't like how I was wrapping that up. Keaton, do you have a game that you want as your lock of the
Oh
week?
yeah, dude, I forgot about that. I think the
While you ponder that, I can go ahead and
you
toss
know,
out my lock of the week, and that will be the Dallas Stars minus 1.5. I am locking it up.
I'm locking in the Sharks, dude.
Oh, brother.
We're taking that risk.
Incredible. Incredible. Well, I appreciate you giving me not only the win of the Islanders versus the Sharks, but also wasting your lock of the week. That will
Not gonna
benefit me
happen.
in the long run.
It
Keaton,
will
we're
not.
not done making some picks. We got some prize picks to do. Last week, both my
Making
boys
no money.
failed. No, yeah, we are. Both of us are 0 for 2. But this
Pretty
is
good.
where we turn it around.
Over.
0 for. We're gonna go ahead and start
Owen.
with Matty Beniers under
Didn't you pick him last
19.75.
week?
Yeah, I had his I think it was face-off wins, and he did not cover. He's a bum. That's why we're hating on him.
That's why
right
you're
now.
picking him again.
Under on his time on ice though, because he doesn't need to be. He doesn't need to
Definitely
be on
gonna
the
play
ice.
the whole game. He's playing all
No.
60 minutes.
I'm taking the under there, and additionally,
Nice dog.
I'm pairing him with Matthew Barzal over 21 minutes
Barzal.
time on ice.
Nice dog, nice. I hope it covers for you.
I hope so as
I'm
well.
picking Jeremy Swayman with less than 26.5 goalie saves. Panthers are beat up. They're not going to be shooting shots on goal, so just going to be rolling with that. And then Frank Vetrano, definitely going to get more than 1.5 shots on goal. It's getting bare minimum 2 against these Predators. And we're going to be making some money this week. So
I think that's a fair bet. I'm not going to lie. I
keep it
can't hate on
posted.
it. So, yeah, we're going to go ahead and turn around our fortunes this week. Keaton, is there anything else I'm forgetting before we wrap this up?
I think that'll be it.
All right. Just to reiterate, you'll be on vacation, so we will catch up with y'all in a
Back on the
few weeks.
11th.
Yes. But yeah, y'all take it easy. Peace.